Hey everybody, it's Josh, and I'm a little down today because I just got back from the car dealership, and it turns out that my Saturn that I used to drive before I got the Young and Free Prius, the transmission actually dropped out and now the car won't move. So it's gonna cost me about $600 or $700 to get that repaired, and I am gonna have to dip into my emergency fund to be able to pay for it. So I figured, hey, my misfortune is someone else's education, and today would be a perfect day to talk about setting up an emergency fund for yourself. One of the first things that you'll have to ask yourself about your emergency fund is, how big should it be? And of course this answer is going to vary by your lifestyle. The more expensive your monthly expenses are, the more you're going to need an emergency fund. And most experts, including the website poorerandyou.com, which is where I got most of today's information, say to accumulate about 3 to 6 months of living expenses to put into your emergency fund. And once you've sort of topped that number, you can stop contributing altogether. Or you can just pick a round, solid number out of thin air, like $5,000 or $10,000, or whatever sounds reasonable for the lifestyle that you're living right now. Another thing about the emergency fund that you'll need to know is how much to contribute each month. Hang on. My cat is chewing on something he definitely should not be. What do you have? What do you have? Did you just swallow that? Did you just swallow a thumbtack? Oh my god, you did. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go to the vet real quick, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Bye. Hey everybody, sorry about that. Earlier today I had to take my cat Zeke to the vet to get his stomach pumped because he managed to swallow this entire yellow thumbtack. And as you know, thumbtacks are no good for cats to be eating, especially yellow ones. So now, several hours and several $100s later, my emergency fund is even lower, but thanks to poorerandyou.com, they have some great ways for me to build my emergency fund back up. A couple of ways you can do this are to sell your stuff, either on Craigslist or eBay or to your friends. You can reduce your normal expenses, cut out every other gourmet coffee from Starbucks or every other time that you would go eat out, just make something at home instead. Also, you can pick up more work. If you work an hourly job, you can just ask for more hours. It'll never hurt. You can take up freelance work if you're very crafty or know how to edit video or something like that. People are always looking for someone to lend a hand with their projects. Or you can just turn in your spare change at a credit union. And it looks like, oh no. Oh crap, what? Hey everybody, it now looks like the hard drive on my MacBook has fried, but luckily for me, I have just enough left in my emergency fund to be able to cover a laptop repair, and it's because I started saving so long ago. I just want to get through my last few emergency fund tips before anything else crazy bad happens to me today. And the first one is to remember that emergencies are different from non-emergencies. You can pay for non-emergencies out of pocket. Emergencies are different because you won't be able to go somewhere that you need to, or you'll be in extreme pain. You'll know an emergency. So the next one is to contribute just little by little until you've met your goal. It only has to be $10 or $15 a month out of your paycheck, Just start small and eventually work your way there. And finally, you can avoid big emergencies like my car repair and my MacBook repair just by spending a little bit of money along the way. So, get an oil change in your car when you're supposed to, and you can avoid the alternative, which is going to be much more expensive. And invest in, an external hard drive or blank DVDs, and back up your hard drive every once in a while so that if you do happen to lose your computer, at least you won't lose all of your files. So my day was pretty terrible, but I hope yours is great.